it takes time. But people not gonna put in the work for it.
Right.
They
Most
want-
people won't be willing to. I say that all the time. People ask me for advice. If you give people one task, most of the time they won't even do the one task, and that's it.
Bruh, when people come to me and say, give me one piece of advice, I say, be consistent. Like, that's so cliche, but like, in 3 months, if you posting on YouTube consistently, like YouTube will throw your videos into this, like the topic that you're in, and then it'll push like to the masses of that topic if you consistent enough. But
Most people.
they won't do it anyway. So
Yeah.
Years ago, you look at where your family has come from, and shit, look at your bloodline. You know, you look at your community. You're like, man, there's a cycle there from generation to generation that happens. When you get to yourself, you're like, man, can I stop this? Can I change this? I could do this. Once you know better, you gotta almost do better. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I refuse to ignore it. I refuse to see it an opportunity that I had to change things and act like it didn't exist. And I think that was the thing for me that I was like, nah, I gotta, if that's my purpose, if that's my path, is to just see it and I can see the pieces, and if I can just continue to do this, or if I stay down the pathway on that, and I might be able to make a big difference in my nephew's life or my future children's, my future grandchildren's life, I gotta do that.
I had to get to a place to where I was looking in the mirror and I was proud of what I was looking at, and I was okay with checking myself. I was okay with pointing out my flaws. I was okay with knowing what I do well and what I do wrong. And at the end of the day, there's no consequence to always improving. There's no consequence to growing. You're in a time now where people almost frown upon the world of growth. I embrace that. I embrace the world of correction. So the monsters and the world of how to tame them came from me understanding the different levels of monsters that have presented themselves to me over the years, and me getting them to a point to where I put them in a place where I can control them.
History never repeats itself, but it always rhymes. And I find, like, when you were talking about the industry, I was thinking about how if you don't study history, you have the rhyme happening in your life, but then you can't interrupt the pattern. So if you were a young star, which you were, like, I love The Wire as well, I've been a fan of the show. It's like, so you start in this industry early, and then you could spend years trying to figure out why you still have the kid gloves on.
Yeah.
Because you haven't studied that, wait a minute, that's what happens, that unless you disrupt the pattern, present yourself differently,
Correct.
show more of yourself, people are always gonna say, he's talent, he's an actor, that's what he does. As opposed to, oh, he's a director, oh, he's an entrepreneur, oh, he's an investor, right? I know you have lots of investments, all again in the health and wellness space, like
Correct.
sports teams, and we're talking about Moss as well. So it's interesting how much, if you don't study the history of our industry, we get locked in the identity of the role we've played in that space.
Correct.
Forever.
Correct.
And it's so easy for us to get used to feeling, and often we do it to ourselves because it's comfortable playing the same role. And